students, now we will learn how to implement the same combinational circuit which we implemented with 8:1 mux using a 4:1 mux. So a 4:1 mux has 4 input lines, I0 to I3, and 2 select lines, S0, S1 and 1 output line. Now the combinational circuit is a function of 3 variables, so there are 8 possible combinations, and the multiplexer is 4:1. So with 4 inputs we cannot accommodate all these 8 combinations uniquely on the 4 input lines. So the input lines are only half as compared to the number of combinations. Obviously the select lines required are also 2. So the way we utilized the ABC inputs on the 3 select lines of a 8:1 mux, we cannot do that over here because there are only 2 select lines. So how can we accommodate the third input in this particular implementation so that all 8 possible combinations are covered as well as the third input is also covered. So let us take that the 2 inputs connected to S0, S1 are A and B. So we connect the higher significant bits to S1 and S0 and we leave the third input which is C. Now what we do is we make 4 groups of these input combinations such that the A and B are constant in these 4 groups. So this is essentially indicating that if A and B are constant in each of these groups, then A and B, if they are constant over here, they would be essentially selecting only one input line. However, you will find that C is changing in this is the first group, this is the second, this is the third and this is the fourth. So in the first group C is changing but A and B are constant at 0, 0. In the second group C is changing but AB is constant at 0, 1, and similarly for the next 2 groups. Now let us look at how can we accommodate C on the input lines such that the proper input is also given so as to make output Y 0 or 1 depending upon the requirement of the truth table, and we can also give C as an input to the combinational circuit. So what we do is we look at the output Y and we see what is the relation with respect to C. So if C is a 0 over here, output Y is a 1, and if C is 1, then output Y is a 0. Which means that if we look at output Y, it is exactly opposite to what C is with respect to that combination. So we can write over here that the output Y is related to C as its complement, C bar. If C is a 0, Y is a 1. If C is 1, Y is 0. That means if with 0, 0 combination the first line is selected, that is I0, we want the output to become equal to C bar. It will give us the proper output, whether if it is 1, it will give us a 1, if it needs to be a 0, it will give us a 0. Let's look at the second group. Where C is 0, Y is a 0. If C is 1, Y is a 0. Which means that irrespective of what C is, Y is compulsorily a 0 in this group. If C is 0 or 1, doesn't matter, Y is always a 0. If we look at the third group, if C is a 0, Y is a 0. If C is 1, Y is 1. That means in this particular group, whatever is the value of C is to be transferred to Y. Therefore, Y must be equal to C in this group. And for the last, if we look at 0, 1, that is C is 0, Y is a 1. If C is 1, Y is a Z, is also a 1, which means that irrespective of C in this particular group, Y is essentially a 1. Therefore, for these input combinations of A and B, Y should necessarily be a 1. Now let's see how we can accommodate this on the input lines. So the first group where A and B is 0, 0, if we give a 0, 0 over here, then the I0 line will be selected, and if I0 is selected, we want Y to be equal to the complement of C. So we take the third input over here as C, we generate its complement using a NOT gate, and we connect this to I0. So this is C bar. So if this is AB is 0, 0 and C is also 0, then C bar will be a 1. With 0, 0, I0 will be selected, but because C bar is a 1, Y will be equal to a 1, and this is the first combination which we will obtain. Now for the second group where A and B are 0, 1, then in that case I1 line will be selected, and if I1 line is selected, then we want output Y to become a 0. So we essentially connect this to a ground and give a 0 to the I1 line. If we go to the third group, that is when A is a 1 and B is a 0, in that case we want output Y to be equal to C. So we simply connect the C input to the I2 line so that it is equal to C. So if the combination is, let's say, 1, 0, 1, what will happen? 1, 0 will select I2 line, but on C we have given a 1. So this 1 comes to I2 and this 1 gets transferred to output Y. And now for the last combination, that is 1, 1, when I3 line is going to be selected, we expect the output Y to become a 1. So we connect the I3 line to a 1, that is to VCC, and whenever AB is 1, 1, irrespective of what C is, so if you give a 0 over here, because we are giving 1, 1, I3 is selected, but I3 is permanently connected to 1, so output Y will become a 1. So this is how one can implement a Boolean expression with a 4:1 mux. The only thing over here which is to be remembered is, since the number of combinations are 8, but we are accommodating these combinations on 4 input lines, we therefore need to express the input lines in terms of one of the variables, which is C over here, or either a 0 or either a 1. So in this manner we can implement any Boolean expression using 4:1 mux, 8:1 mux, 16:1 mux. Thank you.